A dramatic day in Armenia saw an emergency session of parliament fail to vote in a new prime minister late on May 1st, and the man who says he is the people's choice for the position, Nikol Pashinian, an MP and de facto leader of the opposition movement pushing for an Armenian Filfit revolution, called for a general strike and a national campaign of disobedience. Pashinian was the only nominee for the post of PM, but he only received 45 votes, short of the 53 needed, as the ruling Republican Party of Armenia (HHK) decided to thwart his bid to lead a new government. The HHK, which holds 58 seats in the 105-seat parliament, abstained from the vote, effectively blocking the election of Pashinian, a 42-year-old former journalist. The HHK had been pondering what move to make since the mass movement led by Pashinian triggered the resignation of Prime Minister Serge Sarkisyan. He stepped down after soldiers began to join the protesters on the streets. Speaking at an evening rally in Yerevan's Republic Square after the vote in parliament, Pashinian said, "Our counter-operations will be very quick. Tomorrow, May 2nd, throughout the entire republic, we are announcing a total labor and student strike. Starting at 8:15, we are blocking all streets, the metro, the airport, everything that is possible to take over, we will." Pashinian ended the evening's rally with a call to people to not commit even one act of violence to mar our victory. He also called for a continuation of the "Honk Your Horn" campaign to show solidarity with the protesters. "I want us to register that we do not have the possibility to retreat, not even half a millimeter. We must press ahead. Today, there is no power in the country who can reject your power," Pashinian said. As things stand, the HHK, accused of indulging cronyism and corruption in the impoverished small country during Sarkisyan's 2 terms as president before his failed attempt to settle in the prime minister's office, is left in charge. Government is thus still headed by acting Prime Minister Karen Karapetyan, who was PM for 2 years until Sarkisyan took over. The Constitution says that a second attempt to elect a new prime minister must be held within a week of a failed first attempt. If that vote also fails to appoint a nominee, then fresh elections must be held. The vote came after some 8 hours of speeches during which Pashinian was grilled by parliamentarians. Pashinian immediately left the parliament building to speak to massive crowds on Republic Square, where he called for the general strike. 2 opposition members from the Zarukian party that is controlled by a local oligarch of the same name failed to show up for the vote, reducing the opposition bloc's vote count to 45. One HHK party member also failed to show and later submitted his resignation to his party. The rest of the HHK members are standing with their party in defiance of Pashinian and the demands of the crowds. The vote was held at the end of a marathon debate. HHK members harangued Pashinian and questioned his reputation and character. Addressing HHK members, Pashinian said, "You are so divorced from the reality of your own people that you cannot imagine that your own people can be this strong. The Republican Party does not exist anymore, so I won't address you as a party but will address each of you as individuals. There is no scenario where the people will not win, you are just playing with time, and it is not dignified of you and your party," he added.